Hello, welcome back. It's Wednesday, the 7th of August. In a bit of a better mood today after getting over the shock of my county court judgment through the post yesterday for innocent man labelled guilty, and now I have to prove my innocence by chucking money at it. Yeah, it's been a good day apart from that. The only bad thing that's happened today is I stood in dog shit, but you know, can't have it all, can you? Anyway, that might bring me a bit of luck, and it leads me onto my nicely onto my first story here of somebody who's stood in a lot of dog shit in his life. If he's fucking bought a lottery ticket and won the £10,000 a month for 30 years. Actually, he's won on his first go £10,000 a month for 30 years. Imagine that. That's perfect. It's kind of just about the right amount that people aren't going to badger you for money because you're only getting 10 grand a month. You go, oh, sorry, I ain't got enough this month. So you're not going to have to fucking deal with everybody right up front, you know. So, and it's manageable, isn't it? You got 10 grand a month. You can literally fucking blow it all one weekend and just rough it for 3 weeks, and you know you got another 10 grand coming. That's just like, he's made, that is actually set for life. But the only thing is, if the fucking company goes bust, or just 25 years in or 20 years in, you don't get the rest of the money or some shit like that. I've actually done this one, and they don't actually. It's the first person I've heard that has won that £10,000 a month one. Apparently they don't even. There's not a winner every time. They don't even roll them over. They don't drop it down and give it to the next guy or something like that. So they're just banking all the money. They're giving out like the smaller shitter prizes, but there aren't many actual jackpot winners. So it's a bit shit, really. But I mean, not for him because he's fucking won it. But he's one of the only ones, if there is any others. I haven't heard of any, but it's not like they're doing like. Roll over and it's building up or nothing. So the lottery are just banking all the money on it. So anyway, as I said, he must have stood a lot of dog shit in his life because he's fucking landed it big time there. Keep on, what's the word? Keep your fingers crossed. Could be you next week or next time. Someone not so lucky is, I couldn't believe it when I saw this. The guy in America, who was the black guy in America that's been arrested in Texas, and they're wheeling him, not wheeling him. They're riding. I was going to say riding him, but they've tied him to a rope and they're fucking walking him through the town on their horses. It looks like, there's the picture. I'm sure you might have seen this already because it's all over the news, but I mean, how could anybody, especially in Texas and places like that, how could anybody do something like that and not know that that is going to come down fucking hard on you? You know, you're going to fucking possibly, you got to lose your job for that, ain't you? I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's like something, it's almost like, because Texas, it's almost like they think they're fucking back in the Wild West or something, you know? It reminds me of something like Blazing Saddles or something, you know what I mean? They're like got fucking, treating him like an animal and sort of putting him on a lead and walking him through the town slowly over 8 blocks as well, so proper humiliating him. But really, all they've done is humiliate themselves because, fucking, how can you ever live that down? I mean, I don't know whether that kind of thing is. I mean, I was asking other people and other people in Texas, and most people were going, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean? That's just crazy. What the fuck they're doing? You know what I mean? That's white, black, all kinds of people. But you wonder whether there's somebody would think that is in any way fucking acceptable. It's a very, very odd thing to do, anyway. I mean, I know they're on a horse or something, but they could have just waited for a car to come and pick him up, couldn't they? If he's been arrested. How else do you deal with and his I don't know what he'd done. I know he was mentally ill. Was he? What they got him on? Arrested on the charge of criminal trespassing. And they did show a comparison of of a white, was it a white supremacist who mass shooting anyway, and they didn't do anything remotely like that to the guy who was the mass shooter. So you know, well, it's obviously just, I'm sure that isn't any kind of standard procedure. That's just them fucking idiots on those horses, aren't they, thinking that they're clever. But you know, hopefully that should come down on them and they just fucking get it in the neck or whatever. At first I thought that was a rope around his neck and fucking, you know. But, you know, it's bad enough that it's where it is, around his hands. Anyway, moving on. What we got here? A heroin worth 40 million has been found hidden under towels and bathrobes in a shipping container. It's one of the largest ever drug seizures made in the UK. That's fucking boom, innit, for the fucking people who found it, and wounder for whoever's lost 40 million pounds. Well, that's what it's worth on the street, innit? So somebody's lost a lot of money, some heads are going to roll, and some people are going to be saved from overdose, death and misery. So you know, heroin's a fucking scourge, innit? I mean, it's the fucking main one, isn't it? It's the main one. But I don't know if you've seen any of these, what they call it, spice, these fucking idiots on spice that are around the town, especially around the big cities. The people on, and that's meant to be, what is it, cannabis or synthetic cannabis? It's got fucking nothing, it's got nothing, it's nothing like cannabis. How can they even call it the same word? You know, these people who are like, they just stand there like zombies. They turn them into zombies. This spice, you know, that's closely behind heroin. They're the top two fucking crazy drugs about. But that one, spice, I think that one's actually legal, isn't it? Anyway, yeah. I'm going to move on from that because it's a bit of a depressing one. But a survey apparently again, more people would like to find a fiver in their pockets than to see an end to nuclear weapons. Winning the lottery came top of the list of 50 things that would make us happier. Well, see, the end to nuclear weapons isn't like fucking something that could be dealt with from that level, any. I mean, people are at the level where they need a fiver in their pockets. Of course, they're going to say that. But if someone was to say you can have this fiver, or someone's going to fucking set a nuclear bomb off, then it would be a different thing, wouldn't it? Obviously, stupid fucking survey. Of course, I would like an extra fiver in my pocket. I could do with a few extra fivers in my pocket to pay that pissing parking fine. But you know, I'd rather that than radiation poisoning or being melted by an atomic bomb. What we got here? Oh, shamed rocker lost profits. Forgot all about that. It was this guy. I mean, good, because he's a paedophile, wasn't he? But the headline was, wait for it, I was forced to put a phone up my bum. Guy at the lost profits. He was forced by other inmates to put a mobile phone up his bum. He was in the news yesterday because someone found a mobile phone up his arse, or they was asking him, you know, has he got anything, and he pulled this mobile phone out of his arse and fucking gave it to the policeman. I bet the policeman was like, hey, you know, fucking don't touch me. And he's handed in this mobile phone. Well, apparently he's got the mobile phone. I mean, this guy's a paedophile, right? And he was in for the worst kind. I mean, he was a fucking really young. I don't want to go into it too much, but he's got a mobile phone because he constantly is getting phone calls off women fans. Women fans. He receives hundreds and hundreds of letters from almost exclusively female pen pals. Are these fucking nuts, these women? Or they're writing to him as a pen pal, or like some kind of, you know, infatuation or love for him or something or other, isn't it? but he's got their phone numbers and stuff, and he's having to ask them for money to pay off these other lags who are threatening to batter him. I mean, they should just batter him anyway. I'm sure they fucking have been anyway, but they basically are threatening to kill him. And whatever else, well, there you go. But that's the fucking life you made, isn't it? But what I don't get, my point is, all these fucking women that are writing to this like depraved like paedophile. What the fuck do you think they're going to do when he comes out? He's going to like, you know, they're going to get it on, have kids, he'll be a changed man and all this kind of stuff. It's like fucking delusional. I mean, they can't be much cop themselves, these women, can they really? Maybe they're on the fucking same wavelength. They're certainly on fucking any kind of normal wavelength anyway. They're on fucking planet cuckoo clock. Right, Amazon yesterday finally gave Alexa users the option. Oh, this is nice of them. Alexa users the option to block recordings of them having sex. So it gave them the option. So that means you've also got the option to continue letting Alexa listen to you shagging and all the staff at what's it called? Well, wherever the Amazon staff are that listen to these things. So you've got the option to carry on as you are, carry on regardless, or you can turn it off now. So I'm pretty certain there's going to be a few that are getting off on the fact that somebody might be listening. You know, it'd be quite funny if anybody made any kind of sex noise, accidental sex noise that triggered Alexa to sort of, you know, to do something, you know, or he hears something and hears it as a what's it called? When you're telling it to do something, you know what I mean? Command. You know, some kind of fucking, you know, the sex noises I'm talking about. I'm not saying nothing. This is weird. Ross Kemp and Russell Brand do jiu-jitsu together. They've been doing it for many years. Martial arts training comedian Russell Brand keeps him primed and does him and Grant Mitchell. They roll around on the mat practicing jiu-jitsu together. It's quite a strange pairing, isn't it? I wouldn't imagine, you wouldn't think that. I mean, you can see them going to the same class, but they actually meet up and just have a fucking wrestle together. So, I don't know. It's alright, keeps him, he's got, to be honest, jiu-jitsu, you want a few more skills with the job that he's got, the dangerous, the gangs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, he's lucky that none of them have ever turned, you know, but you want to be fucking on guard, don't you? You want to have a few moves just in case, because you are with some dark characters, so anything can happen. I remember once he said he wore fucking body armour to Birmingham, saying it was one of the roughest places he's ever been in the world or something like that. Birmingham is where I'm from. This is becoming an in-joke now if you watched all the other videos. But anyway, he said Birmingham was one of the most dangerous places he's ever felt in his life. He obviously went to meet gangs and stuff, but fuck me, he's been in like, you know, Brazilian gang. He's been in some of the worst fucking murderous kind of situations or with people, and he's putting Birmingham up the top. You know, that's not doing much for the advertisement. You know, selling the fucking dream of moving to Birmingham, which they're trying to get people to do at the moment. But it's not as bad. It's got its moments, it's got its people, but you can't put it up there with the fucking world's worst. You know, you can get stabbed if you want, and you can get fucking shot if you want, but you know, it's inner city life, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not talking like I know about all that kind of stuff, but there's this Paul Hollywood again, Bake Off. I only like bringing this up. I fucking hate that programme, but I just find the stories all quite funny. That his missus. I mean, that was obviously bound to happen. That his missus was going to do one eventually, and like now she's started. She's been offered loads of reality TV programs, and she's got 5 horses, man. Them horses ain't going to keep themselves. She's going to be tell all. She's going to be telling all, or she's going to be milking the fallout from this, and she's been given a lot of support online from her Instagram, from other women that she don't know, a bit like the other ones who were contacting the paedophile, and they're going, "Go, you go, girl. You're too stunning for that old fart anyway." What's the other one say? Why waste your time with an old guy like that? And the other one says he's an old fart. So the women are behind him. There's a stopping short of saying, "You fucking go after his money, take him for what you can," and you know, girl power and all that stuff. But you know, fucking writing was on the wall, wasn't it? There's somebody about the cringe-inducing. Well, are you surprised? The cringe-inducing lines from the new Fast and the Furious spin-off film Hobbs and Shaw. But they're just made to be cheesy, aren't they? They can't. I don't watch them. I haven't watched any of the other ones. I'm one of the lucky few, I think. I think this is about 8th one, isn't it? But anyway, they're he comes out with a load. Most of the lines are cheesy lines that are given to Idris Elba. They're saying, and he calls himself a black Superman in it, and it basically is saying that it's just cheesy and embarrassing writing or something or other. But then they start talking about some other films and other shit lines that are in films, and some of them are quite funny. I mean, one of them is just the best line in a film. I always thought that was the best line in the film anyway. And it was from, where's it gone? Oh yeah, from the film They Live. Have you ever seen that? It's brilliant. And he said, "I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum." That's the fucking, that's the line. But that film is meant to be cheesy, so you know. But when it's meant to be serious or meant to be good, and they're dropping cheesy lines, then it's embarrassing, isn't it? What's the other one they got? You know what happens to a toad when he gets struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else. Fucking, you wonder how people come up with this stuff. Another one, it's turkey time. I thought Christmas only comes once a year. That was a cheesy chat-up line. Yeah, but anyway, that one from the film They Live was the best. I should have come prepared with a few more, actually. That's what I meant to do. I forgot about that, so you have to excuse me. I don't think there's any more on there that was worth repeating. No, sorry, got to move on. Forget it. Let's move on to spotted dicks. The lesser spotted dick, according to this. Rhubarb crumble, figgy pudding, pineapple upside down cake are at risk of dying out as younger diners opt for healthier choices after meals. Younger diners? What do you mean, fucking kids at school? Banoffee pie and Eton mess remain a mystery to more than a fifth of millennials, a poll shows, and more than a third have never tried spotted dick. Well, I don't think you ever fucking see them on the menu, do you? I mean, obviously that's what they're trying to say, but I think what they're saying is people aren't ordering them, but they can't order them if they're not on the menu. Or maybe they're not on the menu because nobody's ordering them. So, you know, we're going around in circles here. But you don't see these things anyway, do you? I can't remember ever seeing a fucking... Actually, I made a rhubarb crumble. Oh yeah, I can cook. A while back. But that's the only time I've ever seen anything like that. You don't see... Do you ever see apple crumble, rhubarb crumble, figgy pudding, pineapple upside down cake? I've never even heard of that. That didn't come from that didn't have that at my school. Pineapple upside down cake. I don't think I'd order that. So, eat and miss. That's just a load of fucking cream, isn't it? Well, when you put them all on the menu, that's the only choices, and then people will order them, won't they? Start giving them some modern options. Spotted dick. Spotted dick, they wouldn't order that because it's fucking not woke, is it? It's like, you know, goes against millennial, you know, they'd find that offensive somehow, wouldn't they? I'm joking. If you're a millennial, I apologise. Hopefully I haven't hurt your feelings by saying you'd be offended by a spotted dick. But, you know, we used to make spotted dicks. Who first brought that out? Fanny Cradock, wasn't it, or something like that? Remember that? That was actually a woman's name. You wouldn't probably be able to have a name like that. You know, if you went on the TV, what's your name? Fanny Cradock? No, sorry, we can't use that. You're gonna have to change your name. But Fanny Cradock was. I mean, that's a cooking program as well. Fanny Cradock. That's kind of like. That's enough to put you off your spotted dick, isn't it? It's enough to put you off your fucking. You know, spotted dick by Fanny Cradock. Well, I've got to get off this one, haven't I? I've got to move on. That's just I'm amusing myself with this one. 2 British Airways pilots were forced to wear goggles and oxygen masks as they landed a plane when smoke poured into the cockpit. The pair were praised by pilots for landing the plane safe. Look, you can't look at that's a picture, and look at the picture. I don't know who's taking the picture when they're like fucking, you know, they're in the danger zone, and like people are like going, yeah, that's the cockpit. Maybe it wasn't one of the pilots, but you can't see shit there, so that's pretty good going. I've got to say that I don't want to tempt anybody's fate, but Britain's got the best of pilots, haven't they? You never hear anything really too bad. Apart from, what's this one? There was an EasyJet one just a minute ago where they've got no backs on the seats. It's like riding on a fucking shitty old bus or something. They're missing the backs on the seats. It's just a junk of a plane, but we still got you from A to B, you know. I ain't bothered about that. I suppose in an emergency, if you need to use the back of the plane for anything, you know, in your emergency situation, you haven't got it, you're like, well... But yeah, as a nervous flyer, I've got to say that, you know, you don't feel too at risk when you're flying out of England, and apart from at risk from pissheads. There was something just a minute ago about somebody being carried off the plane for insulting or whatever. Pissheads, fucking stag doos, all that kind of stuff. Terrorists. So I guess you still got plenty to worry about. Anyway, lost luggage, queues, delays. Yeah. So, you know, you haven't got time to worry about the plane going down, have you? You've got all the other shit to deal with. Thieves have stolen from the grave of rock legend Ian Curtis. Outraged fans have expressed their disgust over the removal of the rare mowing stone from the cemetery of Macclesfield. Joy Division frontman Ian's inscribed memorial stone was stolen and a replacement was cemented in place. So that's just some fucking, you know, you can't steal anything off somebody's grave. That's like the fucking lowest of the low. Even if you love the guy, and if you love the guy even more so, you know, that's just like. But I mean, what did he go? I'm trying to think when he died. He died in 1980, aged just 23. He did a lot. It's quite crazy when you see people who died so young, and he did quite a lot before that. And you know, he's an iconic. He's had to pay the price to become the icon that it is, unfortunately. But He died in 1980, and it's good that people still care and visit his grave and pay homage to him. I remember I went past Mark Bolan that died in a crashed his car, a Mini, and I mean that was in the 70s, was it, or 80s? Long time ago anyway. But where he crashed his car, forget about his gravestone, even where he crashed his car, that was still a shrine. It was on this alleyway, country lane. That was still a shrine with people visiting it regularly, like I'm putting things and whatever's, and coming tourists or whatever else and coming to visit where he died and stuff. So people who still do that even now. So it's crazy to have that kind of love. I'm not so sure how many people are going to be. That's why I don't want to have a funeral. I don't want to have a, if left in the. I'm not going to go down that road. I don't want to. I'm just saying. I just want to be sprinkled off somewhere, and then nobody knows where you are. Then they can't nick your stuff. They'll just have to remember you, won't they? Where are we going? What time is it? I was going to finish up on these last few little bits then. A model nearly lost her leg. I was talking about sepsis the other day as being one of the fucking buzzwords of the day. Sepsis is everywhere. Seems to be the thing that it's so simple to catch, but it's fucking everywhere at the moment. You're hearing it everywhere, and people are catching it from something so simple, but it's a killer. It's almost like this girl nearly lost her leg after getting a deadly sepsis from a blister caused by new shoes. So when your shoes are rubbing and you get the blister, I tell you, I've been out and bought plasters and everything. It's all these little cuts and stuff like that you don't, you just leave them, don't you? Usually you cut yourself, just go, oh fuck, it's all right. But no, it's not all right, because next thing you know, you get sepsis from something so shit, or somebody got it from a fingernail or whatever. Okay, you got to make you nervous, isn't it? I mean, obviously, but yeah, it's the one on the back of your foot where it rubs on the back of your foot when you get a blister like that. All of a sudden, fucking, 50-50 whether you're going to lose your leg. So I'm taking a first aid kit everywhere I go with me now, like some kind of bloody anorak, or got to be ready, ain't you? Cut right, doing like the army medic dudes, when somebody gets injured on the battlefield and they all fucking jump on and get the bandages out and do all that. You have to do that to yourself as soon as you get a slight little injury, little paper cut or something. Medic! Right. Somebody who won't be needing a medic is this guy who, I was talking yesterday, if you saw it, but there was a guy who tried to break out of the jail, Brazilian jail, dressed as his daughter, and he had a rubber mask on and a wig and all that. Apparently as well, he got right close to the door, so he did fool most people, and he got right close to the main door because he was acting nervous, or he must have thought, fucking hell, I'm going to do this, but he might have just showed a little bit too much nerves, and somebody sussed him, and he ended up getting caught. They made him take the mask off and whatever else, and he was trying to escape one of the worst prisons in Brazil, and he's what's he called? He's doing 73 years, yeah. So he's like, fuck, he's got to go back and do 73 years. Probably got to do 70, a few more years on top of that because of that, or maybe they'll just say, you ain't getting out now. Not that you're going to get out after 72 years, because he's 42 already, so. Depends on if they do that half your sentence bullshit. But anyway, he's had to go back. But anyway, cutting to the chase, he's killed himself. So I feel a bit bad about that, because I was making fun of him yesterday, and then he obviously was that fucking distraught that he didn't get away with it, and now he's got to go back. And he's done himself in. I mean, I don't know what kind of person he is or whatever. He's a gang leader, so probably a lot of people won't be too bothered about whether he's dead or what. Depends on He was a violent gang leader, or well, he's a gang leader. Of course, he's fucking violent. So anyway, he's no longer around. So at least he doesn't have to do his 72 years anymore. Right, finishing up on this last one. What time is it? Lee Ryan. This guy. I finished up on one. Oh no, Lee Ryan from Blue, was it? Lee Ryan tried to improve his love chances by claiming he can speak to dead animals. The Celebs Go dating team sent him to meet a potential girlfriend, and he tried to impress her by revealing he can connect with spirits. Recalling a time he did a reading, he said, "I heard the name Peter. I was like, you had a real connection with him, but he had to fly away." And he was like, "Peter, that was my budgerigar." So I made contact with a dead budgerigar. So he's obviously fucking having a few issues up here, I think, if he's thinking he's talking to dead budgerigars. But you know, it's all a bit of fun if that gets you a date, whatever. You know, you can just start fucking asking them all about their pets and stuff like that. So yeah, some pets. I started giving them, talking to their fluffy cat that they used to love, and next thing you know, you're on one, or you're in like Flynn, or you're in like Lee Ryan. So anyway, don't give up the day job, or he has given up the day job, because you don't see Blue around anymore there. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so we're going to say goodbye, and hopefully going to do another one tomorrow. So see you later. Thanks for watching. Adios.